Okay, it's telling me that I'm live. Can you guys hear me? I am streaming through YouTube tonight, which I've never done that before. I've always been like on StreamYard, and so I'm doing that. Plus, I have the new microphone hooked up, and I want to make sure that it's working okay. Can everybody hear me and see me? Are we live? I see that there are several people in here already, and hello, Lorie Carp, and Mom is in here. Sam, I am. Sam is laying low in bed, sick and weak, no energy. Sam, I am. I hope you get to feeling better soon. Um, so I can't put. That's what I don't like. Right off the bat, streaming straight through YouTube, I see something I don't like. I can't put the the words, the comments on the screen for everybody to see. So, mental note there. Tiny Tim Posey, Roberta's artistic adventure. Lazy C Homestead, been a long time since I've seen you. Kendra, Diane McMahon, Amy, Living in Abundant Grace. Hello, Treasure Hunter. Infernal Gaming. Thanks, Matt, for that, letting me know that you can hear me. Kendra, I don't think I've seen you in here before, have I? Are you new to the live stream? There's Jeannie Lipsky. Hi, Lorie. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did, and I was just sitting here thinking about that before the live started. Um, the Hello Stock Explorer. I am one who does not write or say Merry Xmas or Happy Holidays in replace of Christmas and trying to take out Christ in the holidays because I was raised that Christmas was for, we were remembering, celebrating the birth of Christ. I know that December 25th is not the day that Jesus was born here on earth, but it is the day that we set aside to celebrate that. And so for me, Christmas is a religious holiday because I'm a Christian. I serve Jesus Christ. And I just refuse to say, even to shorten writing Christmas out, putting Xmas instead, or how they're merging, Happy Holidays. They're merging Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the holidays in there. Some in an attempt to take Christ out of the holidays, and I just refuse to do that. I was sitting here thinking about that before the live started. I don't say Happy Turkey Day. I say Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a day that we set aside to be thankful for family and friends and the food that we have to eat. Um, America is changing very quickly. Um, the world is changing very quickly. But for some reason, a just God has decided to extend mercy upon America, and the United States is still number one, and the United States is still blessed of God. And I'm very thankful for that. Sorry to take you through that, but that's what I was thinking of right before the live started. So now we can get into whatever you guys want to, because I don't really have anything as usual. I rarely have something besides, what I just went through on my mind when I come into these live streams. I walk into them not a clue as to what I'm going to say most of the time. Ben's Over Acres is in here. Carpenter Self Reliance, good to see you guys in. Or I guess just one of you. I don't know who all's there. Sharon Delaney. Let's see. Who else is in here? I'm not even reading these, I guess. Hey, Lord, been a while since been with you. I wish I could put it on the screen. I'm used to putting this on the screen, so this may take just a minute for me to get used to. So hang on there. Sam I am says they want to change Thanksgiving to in. Okay, I know the word, but I can't say it. Indigenous Peoples Day. Look, I haven't heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Um, and I disagree. I disagree, and like with that mindset, that's crazy. That is not what Thanksgiving's about. Some horrible things happened to the Native Americans after we came here, and some horrible things happened to the Native Americans before uh, we came here. And I'm trying to define we, and I can't really. That's a lot of people, white people, um, and that is not what Thanksgiving is all about. And it's certainly not what Thanksgiving is about for me. I'm extremely thankful uh, for how blessed we are. The economy is a wreck. We are in a recession, and some would argue going into a depression. And I went to Arby's today and got a roast beef sandwich. A roast beef sandwich, and four of the mozzarella sticks cost me $12, but I went all the same, and they had it, and I had the $12. Probably should have spent that $12 there. I probably didn't need the calories, but I did it, and that's just how blessed we are. We have a lot of division within. I started. My mind won't. I started to say within America, but it's more than that. It's the world. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of division within the races, within the ethnic groups, within the. I'm going to leave that one alone. Uh, that we need to get a hold of, because a house divided will not stand. We need to get in there and get a hold of that. Roberta says, "Don't at all be sorry for sharing your faith and your beliefs." I won't. Hello, Scott and Stephanie. Did you get all that scrap metal out of the field? I did, Jeannie. Thanks for asking. That was a lot. So, man, I don't know why anybody. The house was vacant. The house was like had been vacant for 3 or 4 years before we moved there, and so I can see, if the wind, like maybe wherever the metal came from, it started from somewhere, and it looks like the wind blew it on the fence on the side there, and they just left it there. But I don't know where it came from initially. Um, but the thing that just really bothers me is all of the hay wrap that is out there. And you'll actually see some of that in the next video that is coming out Thursday. You pull hay wrap out of the ground, and it just keeps coming out. It just keeps coming out. It's like I don't know, it's all over the place. But then they would put it in piles and just let it get buried in there, and so you'll see it sticking out of the ground, and you think you're going to go grab one, two, three, of them and start pulling, and it just keeps coming up and keeps coming up. So we are going to burn that. Some people might not like that, but I'll put that on my Christmas and Thanksgiving shelf, and that's what I'm going to do. And I don't care what other people believe or whatever other people think about that, rather. Thank you for sharing your faith. Bends over acres. You are welcome. I actually did a video one time. What was it called? Like Get to Know Me, I think is the name of it. If you haven't seen that, you should go check that out, because I do talk about my faith and my politics. Our Okie Homestead, hello. Ricky Gentry. I don't know if I said hi to you, Ricky. Jackie Sailor. So I'm not used to, golly, this looks different. Instead of just looking at the names, I need to look at what people are saying. Got my tree up today. I'm not going to put up a tree or decorations, and I haven't in years. Like I can't probably It's been a long time. It's been a long time. The last time I can remember decorating, yeah, it's when I had foster kids when they were little. I was in my mid 20s, I guess, late 20s, something like that. And without telling you how old I am, I'm going to say that's it's been a long time. Paul Honeyman is in here. Hello, Paul. Full blown country. And Jody. Jody Young. So, where are you guys on the homesteading journey? A lot of the channels. Uh, Ricky, I just saw your text. Your not text, but your comment. And Jody's. Why am I just not seeing this? Sam, I am. Lorie can start a second channel and call it Twisted Twisted Tin Farms. Did you straighten? Why am I just not seeing these? Huh. Ovita, hello. Uh, I must have skipped a bunch of stuff. Did you straighten this metal? What could possibly be reused? I did not. I considered it. But we have some more metal laying out there that was left behind. We kind of dug up. If you watch a lot of times, if I start my videos by the garage, right there by the garage, I have a lot of that metal sitting out there. Um, the thing with the metal is it was twisted. It was so twisted and everything. If you get in and start messing with it, and some of it's rusted, um, I don't know that it's worth the risk of messing with twisted metal and stuff, especially when we have metal. We'll just take it to one of those like recycling places. Good evening, everyone. Jesus is the reason for the season. It's almost Christmas. This year has gone by fast. It has. It has. Ever since like 2020, March was the longest month of my life. Like it was so long. And then since then, everything's just flying by. Things are changing uh, super fast. Give Greg a 3 pound hammer and tell him to pound metal. Greg will cut himself. He will. Sharon Delaney. Some seem to feel it's okay to divide people, as in divide and conquer. I agree with you, Sharon. Uh, it is on purpose in a lot of cases. When you talk about some people in government, people in power, um, people in religions are doing that, but there's also there's just a lot of divisions within groups, within peoples, within the same religion, and it seems to be a, a big thing right now is division among people in general, and it's really starting to get on my nerves. It's really starting to eat at me. I, for the most part, I don't individual people. I don't think it's divide and conquer. But I do agree that a lot of governments, not just our government, but in general, are doing that. Um, Paul wishes it was January. He hates December. Paul, I wish it was spring. I don't like the winter months, but if I'm going to have a December, I'm going to have a Christmas. If I'm going to, go into fall, which kind of depresses me because I don't get the sun. If I don't get enough sun, I do have um, problems with depression and anxiety. and if I'm going to have a November, if I'm going to have a fall, I'm going to have a Thanksgiving. But anyway, what I was saying was, where are you guys uh, in the homesteading journey, or the farming journey, or is there somebody in here who doesn't homestead, or who doesn't farm, or have a plot of land and working on it? Because Grayson Fire and Hedgehogs Homestead, hello. Linda from Illinois. So a lot of people initially, not a lot of people, I don't guess, because but some people come into my channel thinking that it's a homesteading channel. They're going to learn something, and that is not the case. And you guys that have been around for a little while know that I'm constantly saying that I don't know how to do anything as far as homesteading goes, and but it is a learning process. There are things that, I mean, I didn't know anything about chickens. I didn't know anything about goats, cows. I still don't know anything about cows. Um, because it's brand new to me. But gardening, I still, I've tried last year. Well, this summer, this summer was the worst time to try to learn how to garden, I think, because of the drought, because of the locusts or the grasshoppers. Um, but then the year before that, I tried to do a little raised bed gardening, and then kind of left it because I was moving. I So I don't know how to garden. I haven't had a lot of um, experience, like experience doing it. I haven't had an opportunity. Um, that's not true. I could have been doing this a long time ago, even at small, very small scale, even when I was living in an apartment. But I didn't. So we're looking at 2 years, two unsuccessful, incomplete years. So anyway, where are you guys in the homesteading process? Are you comfortable with your knowledge? Are you comfortable? Do you know how to can? Do you know how to preserve? How much of your food are you producing where you live? I can tell you right now, I almost said I'm not producing any of my food, but I just recently had a steer process, so that's a lie. I need to not lie. Pat H, hello. Russell, I'm afraid to say try to say your last name. I don't want to butcher it. Says I can build anything. I wish that I could build something. I wish I could build anything. Carpenter Self Reliance. To answer your question, Lorie, I'm going all homesteading next year. I will no longer be a farmer. December 31st. The current economic state as has put the farm out of business. Oh wow! And you were Carpenter Self Reliance. You did you mostly do cattle? I mean, because I know you had cattle. I remember that much. Um, and yes, I am behind on a lot of videos. I have to. So many channels that you support. It's hard to keep up with all. I usually watch them in cycles. Paul comes here with for a giggle with Greg to cheer him up. You come to this live stream for a giggle. I'll take it. I'll take it, Paul. Problem is Greg's in there watching YouTube. He's not watching this channel. He's watching probably gaming YouTube, gaming channels. Uh, Bins over acre. You are doing it one day at a time. Yeah. The the thing with me is I am lazy. Um, I wasn't always. I don't know when this. I don't know when that set in, but there's um there's a lot more that I could be doing I think if I was more motivated to try. I'm afraid of failure too. Um, I wonder about somebody. Okay, RLP Homestead. I wonder about downsizing. Almost 40 acres is hard to take care of. The older we get, our kids aren't interested in the farm. 40 acres is a lot. I have 20, 19 and a half, 19.50. And yeah, if like right now Greg's here, he's 20, he won't always be, or I don't think he'll always be. And 20 acres is a lot. There is something every day to do. If I don't, even if I don't get any more animals, if I don't expand, if I don't do anything else, as it is right now, every day I could be doing something there, inside and out. Um, but I work too, so I can't. I work lazy. Yeah. Grace and Fire. I do a lot of canning. Been doing it for 11 years. See, I want to can. I'm trying to find a way. There's just no way to put it up on the screen, I guess. I would like to be able to can. Shoot, I'd be lucky to. I'd be happy to learn how to cook. I'm not. Hey, there is two old people on a couch. Mark and Debbie, or Debbie and Mark, or Debbie, because that's her channel. His is Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show. Um, Linda T is a suburbanite enjoying our journey. Well, I appreciate that. I hope that you, as someone who doesn't homestead, well, even if it's someone who does have property, who um, homestead, farmstead, farms, whatever, could watch the channel and just maybe provide some entertainment value in our mistakes, even that would be cool if that's the case. Jeannie, I'm in a city in Southern California, no homestead. I wish I did have. And in the Midwest where I grew up on a farm. Aunt and uncles truly miss it. Jeannie, are you going to be able to get back to that? Is that something that you're planning for in the future? Carpenter self-reliance, yes, mostly cattle, just going to grow our own next couple of years, not going to try to sell beef for a profit. So I don't remember where you live. Did you did you have a problem with the drought? I got distracted. I got distracted. Y'all saw that. Did you have a problem with the drought? Did you lose out on the beef because of the drought? Next year, the price of beef, like it hasn't already risen, but it should really, um, the next couple of years, get way out of control, way out there because of the drought. Greg, get no, no, Paul. I almost read that. No. It jumped again. Folks, click on the like button. Sam I am says click on the like button. Appreciate that. Little Frenchie and Big Texas, hello, and Dave Collier camping. Is that what that Dave Collier camping? Anyway, good evening, Dave. I don't remember seeing you in a live stream before, but I'm glad you're here. Maybe I have seen you and I don't remember, in which case I apologize. I'll remember next time. Tim, I am. I have worked 65 hours last week, probably why I got sick. Sick. Yeah. Uh, 65 hours in 1 week could do that. And you working around people can do that for sure. Get all their cooties. Russell, canning fun to do, so is cooking. I wish I liked cooking. I'd rather work outside than inside. Um, but we haven't had a kitchen for a year now, and I can't wait to get a kitchen and learn how to use it. I really miss having a kitchen. Um, and we will. Hedgehog Homestead. We are building a brand new homestead in a new home, starting from scratch on raw land. Well, that's exciting. Hedgehog, where are you on your homesteading journey? Like, how much of your food do you produce? How um, self-sufficient would you consider yourself? Pure Okie, you almost missed me. What's up with that? I'm glad you made it. Paul says, Lorie, you are entertaining, especially the mistakes. Some of them have been so funny. Yeah, I bet they have. I bet they have. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what to edit out, what what's boring and what isn't. So, like, some people like watching when they think homestead or farm, they come and watch to learn. Um, but then there's a bunch of people that just want the experience. I mean, just like is it I've forgotten if it's Tina? No, yes, from Illinois. Ah, I gotta scroll up. Linda T. Linda from Illinois. Um, they just want to experience it through watching the videos. Um, so let's see, Jody, please check the thumbs up button. Thank you, Jody. Mom says, "Hey, I can no longer see the chats," but she's chatting. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could not see the chats and still type a chat in sentence in the chat. Oh, Debbie just got a notification. You got a video out during the week. Yeah, I just got that note. That's what distracted me a while ago was their notification. Covering yourself in lines. Yes, the drought was terrible. I have cut the herd down to 10 severe beef shortages on coming years. If I had to sell out, I know others had to sell as well. Yes, I know a lot did have to sell um, some. I know a little Southern Brothers actually sold some of theirs during the middle of the drought. I have some friends who are not on YouTube that sold some. Um, Paul, always click the like. As soon as I get in here, Greg, get in here. Paul, he's not. He's got a ear. What do you call them things? What are them things that go in your ear? He's listening to what he's watching. He's not even paying attention to this. Earbuds. Heather Hockler. I'm a city dweller who buys most of her food directly from other people's farm. That's good. That's good. Rather than going to the store, you're buying it straight from the farm. Jeannie Litsky, I'm retired, 60 years old. My husband is 78. I don't see him wanting to do that. I would love to, but only a few acres, 5 or less, with chickens, garden, and maybe goats. Yes. Um, yeah, you could do it. You could do it on a lot. You can do it on a couple of acres. There are some channels out there. I can't even think of any right now, Jeannie, but there are some channels out there that work on 1 and 2 acres, and they have gardens and goats and maybe a hog. Um, I mean, they can do everything on the 1 and 2. And I see faces, and the names of the channels aren't coming to mind, but there are 2 or 3 that I can think of right now, but I just can't think of their names. But it doesn't take much. I mean, like I'm on 19 and a half acres and I'm not really using it all. I mean, the cows are out there, but there's uh, four Dexters just out wandering out there. The rest of it's just like hanging on to hay wrap and scrap metal. 2 people on the couch just added their address under their about section. Yeah, when I needed your address, I had to ask you for it. You didn't have it there. Hedgehog's Homestead. We are just laying foundation and we are not on our property at living in a rental home or building our home. We just laying foundation and living in a rental home or building our home. Shaky. Just got home from work and surfing through. I'm glad you stopped in, Shaky. Hedgehogs that will produce a lot of our food when we have a home stand. Homestead? Home? I don't know. It's Grace and Fire. I'm still here making candles for Christmas gifts. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Okay, Paul, let me read it. I'm not going to read yours out loud. I'm going to read it first. I don't do hugs. I think you know that. When you leave and I don't understand when you leave in the meltdowns. When you leave in the meltdowns, I always want to reach out and just give you a hug. I don't understand the meltdowns part. Linda always wanted to have land, try to grow some things in my small yard. I'm not in a position to move to more land at this time. At least you have a small yard. Jody says a lot of farmers sold cows and pigs due to grain prices being so high. Yes, not just grain prices though. When we couldn't find hay at first. I mean, eventually a lot of people um, were able to get hay, but there was no grass in like August. There was no grass and there was no hay, and it was very hard to find. People had to ship hay from other states to get hay, and it was very expensive. Um, and that's actually why I sold some of my goats. My goats are not contributing to the homestead, and uh, but they're kind of like a hobby for me. And so when the grass was gone and we were having hard times finding hay, it kind of messed with me for a minute. And I thought, I need to sell these goats, and so I won't have to worry as much about it. I wouldn't have to have as much hay. I wouldn't have to have as much feed, but Also, I could focus on the cows that we do have. And I mean, if I enjoy the goats, if they are a hobby, if I like them, if I'm attached to them, which I kind of am, and kind of I'm not attached to them like a dog or something. Um, but if we run out of feed, it's easier to sell it and let somebody else use their resources to take care of them, or not, rather than them staying at my place and me getting in a situation where I can't feed them and watching them die. So the thing is not just the grain prices, but the hay prices, and we had to start feeding hay. I think I gave hay in September the first time. I'd have to go back and watch videos. I didn't continue to feed hay because it eventually did rain and we did get a little bit of growth, but it was looking pretty bad there for a minute. And so um, a lot of farmers, um, they're on a much larger scale, and they had to sell or lose them because it didn't look like anything was going to change. And you know, if you can think about being like in Texas or in Arizona or something like that, and you're the places you're used to getting hay from doesn't have hay because they're in drought too. I kind of like that my beef had a name. That's funny. I didn't name my steer. Little Frenchie says Lisa at Yogi Hollow Farm has only 2 acres, she thinks. Yeah, Yogi, I don't know if it's, I don't remember ever knowing what she had. Actually, yeah, I do. It is a small 2 or 3 acres. I mean, there's another one, and I can't, golly, they're in Texas, man and woman, 2 boys, and Easton, they have a boy. Easton, what is their name? Oh my gosh. I've met them. Like, I know this name. I commented yesterday or the day before on one of their videos. Oh, anyway, they don't have very much. And they got hog. They did have. Mom says there are no other posts on my screen since I said I can no longer see the chat. I know there are some because you're reading them. I don't understand that, Mom, because you're chatting in the chat. 'It says 27 people in here, 28, 41 thumbs up. Uh-huh. Paul says, of course I know that. Wait, Jody's back? Jody went somewhere? Oh, I think you went maybe after I responded to your comment. Like, I just got done responding to your comment, and I see Jody saying she's back. Paul, the meltdowns were your earlier mistakes that you always took to heart. Yeah, I can see that. Like buying uh, that heifer or that died like a week after I got her. Treasure Hunter says gas is 2.73 there. I don't know what it is here. Goat meat is great for curry. So, um, my goats aren't meat goats. They're not for meat. And I've only tried goat meat once, and it was at a Mexican restaurant. I didn't care for it. Golly. Gas in Maryland is about $4 a gallon. Ark Wildman Survival Howdy. Gas is $3.76 in South Dakota. Diane McMahon had to throw that up there. The hay prices, Carbon Shelf Alliance says the hay prices is what pushed us over the edge. 50% increase is not profitable. Yes. I think the round bales that I finally got are, I think I 50. I'm wanting to say I paid 50. If Living in Abundant Grace is in here, she'll know. I think I paid 50, or we paid. She bought some and I bought some. 50 per bale, which was amazing. Really lucky that we eventually found any for that price. Let's see. Don't name your food. Just saying. No, I don't. I don't. All the chickens, the hens are named Terry. That's just cause. And that's it. My goats are named because they're not food. Although I sold a buck this year that I'd had for a year that I'd never named, and then I still have a doeling that I'm keeping, and I haven't named her either. So, ooh, who got Homestead? Hello, I saw you in a live yesterday. I think I don't remember which one. 5M, thank you, Lorie Carp. 5M Homestead. To whoever I was speaking to earlier about that. I don't even remember now. They don't have, what do they got, Lorie? I think just like 2 or 3 acres that they're on. I don't know, but they're doing a lot on it. 5 5. What's up, Rambling with the Brooms? I have not seen you in here in months. Paul, that heifer that died was not your fault. I still believe you were misinformed about her. Oh, absolutely, I was misinformed about her. Um, but I didn't have enough sense to realize. Like, they told me that she was with a bull, but I didn't. She calved like a week later. Like, I didn't know that she was that pregnant. I couldn't tell that she was pregnant at all. I couldn't tell that she was more than the 8 months old that they told me that she was. And so she had, I mean, she had to been, she, I don't know when did they have their first heat cycle, but it's not at birth. I mean, in their gestation period is what, 9 months, 8 months, 9 months? I don't even remember. So yeah, that one was hard on me because I felt like an idiot. I purchased them without looking at them, and I had them transport, which, some people do that. And I had also talked about coming because they came from north, Kansas. They came from Kansas, southern Kansas, and I talked about driving up there and looking at them before I made the purchase, and she acted okay with that. So I thought, well, there shouldn't be a problem, and she's okay with me coming up there. And what it is, I think that I didn't get the one that she was advertising, which I might had I gone up and looked at them. I don't know. Lorie Carp says, Lorie, have your mom go out of the live and come back in. And are you on live chat? Am I on live chat? Mine is on live chat. Mom, Lorie Carp says to get out of the video altogether and come back in. She's on her phone though, so is Matt still here, Mom? He could help you with that. Mom, I don't see 30 people in the chat right now. I see 22. I don't know why I feel like I have to look at my phone every time it tries to get my attention. Garden State Gardener. Thank you, Joe. 1 or 1.5 acres. 5M. Are we talking about 5M? Jody Young, good night. Thank you for coming in. Scott, I haven't been much anywhere, but I'm back. Stay safe, everyone. And Lorie, I pray you get a great season, girl. Stay safe. Paul's leaving. So we'll see you later, Paul, if you're leaving. So the chat jumps, and I think it's just not as noticeable on here as it is on StreamYard. Like, I don't know that it's jumped. Yeah, it did, because I see a lot that I missed. Or maybe I get talking and not paying attention. ROP Homestead, I just lost our old show horse. He got sick. I got with vet. He had a shot for him, and he had an allergic reaction to the shot and died within minutes. I am sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. What was the injection? What kind of shot is that? Okay, probably leaving 2 minutes due to leave her while going live. In Scotland, it's nearly, I think it says $8. Half Century Farm, I pay $60 for our round bells. Yeah, it used to be like 35, 40. Some is going much higher than the 50 that I paid, like 75, 85. $79 for gas, $13 for diesel. That's just going to go up. The diesel, well, the gas will too, but everything's going up. I used to average 1.5 round bells a day at 60 each. This year, I can not charge the customer enough to cover expenses, and the butcher cost is up about 35%. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, there's Jeannie, you're probably not in here, but thank you for coming in. Okay, 5M Homestead has pigs and birdies, dogs, and a small garden. And they have their business. They do taxidermy, whatever you call that. What would you call them? I was in a tough election. Guess that's over with, hopefully. Paul's gone. Yeah, I'm way behind, and it just jumped again. Sorry, and I was in the hospital. Have been doing good, trying to get on the mend. Well, I hope you get to, Corinne, I hope you get to feeling better. Carpenter Self Reliant. Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay. I mean, I know you said that you could hear me. Somebody, Matt said he could hear me at the beginning, but I've got a new mic on. Make sure that it's okay. It was a total deal. It's not your fault. Lesson learned. As I said, went down and it was asking for advice in the future. Thank you. I definitely need advice. Tiny Tim, you're probably gone. Good night. Everybody's probably going over to the other live. We've got about 10 more minutes in here, and then I'm going to get off of here, uh, depending. I started at 15 after, but probably will get off here in about 10 minutes. 5M has chicken, moose, pigs for butcher. Gotta get going. Have a great night. Stay blessed, everyone. God loves you. Yes, Mike. Thank you. Penicillin and dexam something. Penicillin and dexamethasone. Matt's gone. Penicillin. Huh. Do you know which one the horse was allergic to? I don't know the dexamethasone, but the penicillin. That reminds me. Are y'all watching? Keeping up with the pet meds that we are not going to have access to over the counter next year? Dad's leaving. Our Homestead still in here listening. Grace and Fire. I'm still laughing at the short. Oh, talking to uh, taxidermy. Tobin at 5M does taxidermy. Yeah. I imagine right now, I imagine they're feeling overwhelmed with hunting season. We dropped down to 13, or I see 13 people. I know the antitoxin for the goats was short supply this goat spring per our vet. The antitoxin for goats. Are we talking about the CDT? So no, what I'm talking about is they're talking Grace and Fire still here. Thank you. Back to Country Homestead. Howdy, y'all. They're talking about there's a bunch of penicillin being one of the drugs that we're not going to be able to run up to Tractor Supply and get. Oh, I just said Tractor Supply. Or anywhere. We're going to have a vet call it in, or give it to us. Not just penicillin, but a bunch of drugs that we're used to getting for like our goats and cows and horses, and we're not going to have access to it sometime next year, in the middle of next year. So I don't know. Some of it you can stock up on, but some of it may have a pretty short shelf life. Well, I'm at the end of the chat. It's about 7 minutes left. I hope somebody's got something to keep it going. I don't. We're gonna get off. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? I do have a video coming out Thursday. Garden State Gardener's still here. I do have a video coming out Thursday, and I think Thursday's when when I'm going to start trying to get the videos out, because that day seems to be, gets a good jump start on views, if you know what I mean. Better than the other days. But sometimes I may put out 2 videos a week. What meds? Give me a second and I will look. So when I'm going to another page, you guys can still see me and hear me, right? Let me know. I'll share. Let's see. I got. So they were talking about this. Okay, see you later, Carpenter Self-Reliance. They were talking about this last year sometime, I think it was. And then, oh, what's her name? Appalachia Homestead with Tara was talking about it today on one of her videos. And there is a link. There's a link there that will tell you at least most of what you're not going to be able to get. I think it probably lists them all, but I'm not for sure. I said something about not wanting to. I'm trying to avoid resistance to medicines and dewormers and stuff. And actually, I don't know if that website talks about dewormers, but I know last year when they were talking about it, that that was one of them, is like some dewormers too. But then there's some antibiotics, stuff that we're just used to getting to take care of things ourselves. As things come up, now we're going to have to need a prescription to do it, get a vet to do it for us. Which my thoughts are, I sense a conspiracy behind it all. I mean, resistance would be a good reason if it's a real reason. Um, but it's stuff. I mean, we've been doing this. We've been doing this, and people, as I don't even know what to call if it's homesteading, farming, whatever. People who have animals, raise their own animals for consumption, tend to not put as much into and tend to put as much dewormers and medicines into their animals as even the government does. So I'm not buying into that. Back to country, homestead, and your sense would be correct. Okay. We'll just add more expense. It will have more expense to the homestead. And I hadn't thought about that. I mean, I had thought about that, but I hadn't thought up until this point, I hadn't thought about that's probably one thing. If it was a conspiracy, if you add a cost to a homestead or a farm, and most people are not making income or enough income or enough profit on a working farm, a homestead, um, adding that much cost, or expense would be detrimental, or could be detrimental to that way of living. Um, I just looked at it as more governance, not governments, but um, more control. So at some point down the line, um, they can try to take away these options of living because they have control of the things that we need, of the medicines that we need. Linda says she can hear me fine. Back to country. The best solution would be to find a good country vet. We have one, but he retired. Now we have to find another. Yeah, I have a pretty good relationship with my vet. I think, pretty sure they know me. I'm there a lot. When I first got the goats, oh my gosh, figuring out figuring out the parasite business. It was a nightmare. And the reason I got goats first, I was wanting sheep for meat, and I, was doing research and looking on all Facebook and MeWe and stuff like that in the chats, talking to people, and everybody was saying if you're gonna do sheep, you get a goat first, do goats first, and then that'll kind of get your foot in the door, and then you can, it'd be easier to learn sheep because sheep are harder with parasites and all that. And I haven't had sheep, so I don't have a comparison. But goats are the parasite thing. If you go into it not knowing anything, right? It's there's a learning curve. And the vet said, the vet that I go to, it's actually several vets in one clinic, but they tell me that they have more problems with sheep than goats. That sheep would be easier. But they do support you in doing most of your own vet work with your livestock. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine? Well, they would just have to call. You would just have to have a working relationship with them because there's no way you're gonna get a trailer. In my case, I would be borrowing a trailer. I don't have a livestock trailer. Um, you can loading your animal up, your livestock up to go to the vet every time you needed something, and there's things come up, you know, pretty regular. I mean, I don't think that I think we're still going to have, like for the goats, I have to give the yearly CD&T vaccination. Some of the vaccines for the yearly boosters, I think we'll still have. I'm gonna have to read that list really well and look for some other things. I think we're still gonna have access to that kind of stuff. Good relationship with the vet helps a lot. We used the same one for years, and he's good about letting us get what we need already. If we have an animal get sick, I call him. Other local vet quit large livestock. Another retired to only have two. And there are vet short. Huh. I did not know there were vet shortages. Never heard that. I mean, we don't, this area it doesn't have, like where I am, doesn't have a vet shortage. Maybe okay, livestock vet. I could see that, yeah. Grace and Fire agree, there is a vet shortage. Yeah. Because like a lot of vets, not all vets know about goats. Even if they know livestock, they don't know goats very well. But guys, I've been on here an hour and 4 minutes. I'm going to get off here because I have livestock at home that we need to get to. And I have dogs at home. And so thank you guys for coming in. I will be live again, I don't know if Greg will be here or not, next Monday at 6:15-ish. And we have a video coming out Thursday. I appreciate it if you guys would watch it and share it with your friends. And we'll see you guys. Just, I'll leave just as soon as I can figure out how to end the live stream. Just looking around, trying to figure it out. End stream. Maybe that's it.